right exposure in terms of ensuring that she got to where she wanted to be. And like mentioned earlier on, it is an all-lady crew and also already lady guests this afternoon. So excited because when you see these ladies, they are holding very powerful positions in society and within the different sports that they are, running or part of, and clearly they have what it takes. Now, after football, where we were joined by Madam Kenta Istikolo, who is the chairperson, Football Kenya Federation Electoral Board, we now shift to matters, Safari Rally. And of course, when we talk about Safari Rally, there has been so much that has been happening. We all know that Safari was supposed to be in Kenya, but it moved on to next year. That was as a result of the movement of COVID, and most sporting activities, both locally and internationally, put on hold to next year. We are joined by Madam Hellen Shiri. This is one lady I personally respect when it comes to matters rallying. She's been there, she's rallied a lot, and always so excited and enthusiastic about rallying. Madam Hellen Shiri, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hope you're keeping well, and of course there is so much that has been happening. Are you well?
Yeah. We're just trying to keep safe. We're good.
How is the going now that you are trying to keep safe wherever you are? You are the event secretary, World Rally Championship, Safari Rally Kenya, and of course FIA. You are in the FIA Women Commission representing Africa. How does that make you feel? Very powerful positions.
Yeah, very powerful indeed in motorsports as a lady, and I'm happy about it.
Here we are, Helena. Of course, you have been in the sport. You have been part of the rallying and always, involved in fast-moving machines.
Sorry, PD, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, and then there is kind of like some echo behind you.
Can you hear me
well now?
Am I getting
the questions well?
Can you hear me now? Helen,
you're breaking up.
Okay, trying to get that connectivity well, hoping that you can. First and foremost, I hope you can hear me well now. How is the rallying family in Kenya coping with COVID-19?
All I can say is that motorsport has really been affected, given that it's a sport that is so difficult to keep social distance, especially with spectators. And also in line with our main sponsors, KCB, their motto is like taking rally to the people. So we find it so hard to run our events without spectators. Now, maybe the only event that we can try, maybe it's karting. We have different disciplines in rally. This year, when it started, we just managed to do only 2 out of 8 of the Kenya National Rally Championship rounds and 2 Kenya National Autocross. Many events, including the Rally Raid, 4x4 Challenge, Tarmac Racing, all have been cancelled, all in line with government directives and everything to do with social distancing. So we're expecting the Ministry of Sport to give the way forward on sport resumption, as we had given our report on a possible return of motorsport, same as the other sports federation in the country, as requested by the ministry. Now we are hoping, should we be given a go-ahead by the government, we will organize the events, but then in line with what the Federation International Automobile, that is FIA, has laid down as guiding measures, given that the motorsport is conducted outdoor, and in most cases, areas with a lot of population. And motorsport in itself, it's a non-contact event, as in conducted by people who are isolated in a vehicle.
I mean, that was the next question I wanted to find out. We are all looking at government resumption, guidelines on resumption of sports in the country. And from what we've seen, we are expecting this on Monday morning. I believe Kenya Motorsports must have been part of this. What are some of, the containment measures probably you'd be looking at? You've mentioned, it's not a contact sport apart from just the driver and navigator in a vehicle, but there is no contact. You are hopeful that you can get back the Kenya National Rally Championship back with a calendar?
We are hoping, but there's very slim chance for going back to the calendar this year. But anyway, as said, we are waiting for the Ministry of Sports to give directives, and also we have to be also in line with our sponsors, that is KCB, who sponsor most of the events.
Very good point there, and it's also good that where you sit under KMS, and of course Kenya National Rally Championship, you are recognizing that the sponsor also needs to be part of this in terms of just airing their concerns or their views, so that continuity goes on. And as we look at all this, Hellen, you are very, very strong in terms of ensuring you are part of the team, of course, with Phineas Kimathi and the entire team in terms of bringing Safari back to Kenya. First and foremost, congratulations. And I mean, it's something that we are all proud of as a country. We were looking forward to having the Safari. Unfortunately, fate would have it that it was not going to happen this year. How did you take the postponement as an individual when that came? Or is it something that you were expecting, having seen the trend based on what was happening all the way from January?
Okay, maybe I'll report as a team. All of us were really looking forward to Safari happening this year. So it was postponed at a time when we had like almost everything ready. We were in fact ready for it, and in as much as we were disappointed after having waited for WRC in Kenya for almost like 18 years, let's say next year will be around 19. We also appreciate that the fact at least now we get more time to prepare even more better for a perfect event.
That was going to be, something I wanted to know when the postponement came. I know a lot had been put in place in terms of preparations, in terms of getting ready, but when the hammer fell that it was postponed, did you as a team take it as a disappointment or as a blessing in disguise for you to plan even better? Because of course, whatever you'd put in was also very good, but now this gives you time to even plan even better. Was it a disappointment or a blessing in disguise?
Okay, I would say kind of like a blessing in disguise, but we were ready for it. Okay, we had been working very hard for it, including the CEO, the project, together with the team. It had been a hard task, even trying to get things according to FIA requirements. All the other things had been ready. Okay, a few things were not quite ready, like the construction of the service park. We are building a service park at the Kenya Wildlife Service Training Institute in Naivasha. And then also we have the super special stage at Kasarani. That one still we had not. But anyway, if this slowed down. All this was slowed down due to the postponement. Otherwise, I think I would have had it ready by the time we were to hold the event this year.
I mean, Hellen, trust me, we are Kenyans, and when you say that, some of this, the service park and stuff, the super special stage wasn't ready, believe you me, as Kenyans, we would have been ready come the date. The way we are, we always get things done despite some getting to the later stages of the preparations. Confidence in you and your team in terms of ensuring that we would have been ready is not in doubt. And as we look at that, you've been going around the country doing a lot of recce, possible routes and stuff. An update on your recce in terms of looking at where the safari is likely to be?
Oh, I didn't get that part.
I'm
Okay, let
saying
me just try to.
you've been crisscrossing the country, route riding, trying to look at possible routes, doing lots of recces. An update on the same based on the recces that you've been doing in the country?
Oh, okay. Let me try to answer what I think maybe you've been asking. We've been doing frequent route surveys. That is going back to the route, the whole rally route, and checking to make sure that everything is okay as what we had submitted to FIA. We're not supposed to make like so many changes after you've already said this will be your route, this is how it is. So we do recce frequently to check, and most of the roads are on gravel, and some you cannot work on them like they have to be worked like almost last minute to the rally, because if we work on them like right now, and then they get affected by at times you find like they wear off or because of bad weather conditions. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we need to see if like maybe anything has changed so that we change the route notes. So we have to keep on checking on any change that might have happened to the route.
Very good point there in terms of route and having submitted that many would be interested in terms of just ensuring that by the end of the day the safari comes to Kenya. One of your one of your idols, that's Michelle Monton, visited Kenya with her team a couple of months back just to check the level of preparedness. Was she, with the entire team, happy with the preparedness that we had put in place?
Okay, Michelle came also before even we did the candidate event, WRC candidate event last year, to 2019. She was here to check the routes on safety grounds. She came before we ran the event, and she also came during the event last year in July. And she was very happy with the efforts we put in, and even the organization and everything. I believe she must have put in a good word for us. That's why we got the WRC back. We still have these experts who are still coming in to help us with the route. Now, what Michelle mentioned, was a concern for her. She felt like we were making the routes easier for the drivers. I think, I guess she was comparing the routes with what she used to do. She used to do the safari
yes,
of
in the
them days,
Correct.
that the one that earned safari the name
the
toughest rally
in the world.
World toughest rally, yeah?
Yes.
So she feels like we should make it more, I don't know, technical.
Make it more challenging?
We're giving it, it's like it's easy.
Yes.
She finds it easy. She went through the route anyway. She was here during even the event. So those were her remarks, but she's been very positive, and she has faith in us, knowing that we're going to have a good event.
When Hellen talks about the yesteryear safari and Michelle, having a feel that it was not as challenging. The safari in the yesteryears was very challenging, to have been dubbed the battle between man and machine, and of course to have been dubbed the toughest rally in the world. Very, very challenging. About 5, 6, 7 a number of days that it would be out there in the rough terrain. Hellen, you have visited Europe and other rallies across just to do to pick up some learnings, and also to do some recces to find out whatever you can pick. What are some of the learnings that you picked out on some of these trips that you've done out of the country in terms of making the safari even better?
I'm not getting you.
The question
I didn't
is,
get the last part of the question, sorry.
the question is, you've made trips out of the country to go out there on learning expeditions to try and learn and see the latest trends in terms of rallying. What are some of the learnings that you've picked that you intend to put in terms of improving the safari and making it even better?
Oh, okay. As you well know, well, just like I mentioned earlier, Safari had been missing for long. And then this absence of Safari in Kenya had kind of like alienated officials us from the basic knowledge of hosting a modern day event, WRC event. So the CEO, Mr. Phineas, felt like maybe we should go kind of like benchmark with the other WLC abroad and familiarize ourselves with how to hold a modern day WRC event. So what we did is everyone, we have different departments. Like I'm in secretariat, I'm the secretary, and there's someone in charge of let's say like service park and everything. So for practical learning experience, all the officials in towns were attached in various arms of the organization for the WRC events that we visited. Like for me, I went to the Kennard's rally in Australia. I was in the office of secretary of the event. I tried to learn more what they do. Okay, it's kind of like a little bit different from what we do with our KNRCs. What I would say is like they're more advanced, and to other so many small things that we kind of like overlook them. They're so keen on it.
To detail.
Yeah, and then you find like even someone like the service park manager. That's why now he's busy there in Naivasha. He's constructing, making sure like the service park is constructed as per the service park that we saw there. You know, when these guys come in with their cars and when they come to offload all the machines, those things are heavy. We need like a ground that won't kind of like sink, you know?
Wow.
So it's being constructed kabisa, yani tough from to be able to hold all the teams, the vehicles, the machineries, and everything. So
yes.
what we learned, so we are kind of like applying it here. Where we went sort of like that. What do you call it? Train the trainer. So now we are training more. So we are trying to build capacity here. We get trainings. We help more people to join in being officials. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did, Helen. And I mean, when you talk about, having officials in charge of secretariat being attached to the secretariat, like you went to the Rally of Austria, and you say they are to detail in everything that they do. With all those learnings, are you confident that we can pick up and deliver a safari that all the drivers and the stakeholders would be like, wow, this is another challenge?
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm very confident now. And at least I know we will run, all of us and even the officials. You see somebody like our clerk, of course, Mr. Guvi, that Guvi Barbara, the clerk, of course, for the safari. Now he's even more, he has more knowledge about so many things. And then even our doctor, we have a doctor, Dr. Jutli, he visited, I think he went for Rally GB together with, he even ended up helping, there's an accident that happened at Rally GB. He helped there. So I think all of the officials that, even there's Norris who went as a safety officer. And then we have George went to the German one. I think all of us now are confident. Well, there were some more who were supposed to have gone this year, but due to COVID, they were not able to visit some of the WRC events. But we are confident. Now we have a team that I think will even outshine our mentors or something.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
Helen, that you've said. But to some of us as Kenyans, the confidence did not just come in now. The confidence came the moment we were awarded, the opportunity. The confidence just came immediately that if you can convince them to give us back the safari, then it showed that you have what it takes. So the confidence has not just come in now. It came the moment we were given the nod.
Yeah, good to note that. Good to note that.
Now,
And I'm glad and I'm hoping the Kenyans are still, we're going to get them back the WRC.
well, Helen, it's not in doubt, and everyone is looking forward. Now that we are talking about Rally and WLC, Helen, as I now move to something else, which is women and rallying. We are seeing a lot in terms of women and rallying, and we are seeing so many women coming up to take up the sports. What's the driving force that's attracting them to the sport? It's a very good move, by the way, to be honest.
I think it's the will to get into this male-dominated sport. You know, we may not be, as I always say, like we may not be having the skills or the driving skills like those, but we have very strong will. You know, when you have a strong will, you want to get better than the men.
I
And then
know.
also we want to break the barrier of having men only in, men succeeding too much on, in motorsport. And then we have, we
Yes.
kind of like, we've been encouraging more women. We have had events lined up. We've lined up some events, at least to attract more women into the sport. And we also offer like advice and encourage newcomers by sharing with them our experiences in motorsport. And you find like most of them are keen, yeah. And I think as I'm saying, the will is what drives women into getting into this sport.